So, new format, table, hat, new angle. What's that all about? Well, I don't know. We're going to shake it up a bit. And we are trying a Deya today. Now, this is the reason that we're doing this one is because I've been on holiday. By the way, I've got a bit of a hoarse throat. Hopefully it's not a cold coming on. But been on holiday, and the way home from holiday took me past the Deya tap room. So I thought, let's nip in, get a bit of takeout. I'll see what it tastes like. Now I've got all kinds of different. Well, I've got a few different beers on my takeout, but I thought I'd try this one. From their core range, Into The Haze. Reason I'm trying this one is because it's ultra fresh. It is 2 days old. Literally, it was brewed on the 10th of August, and this is the 12th of August now. So it's going to be nice. Well, it's going to be very, very fresh. Anyway, I understand it's a really good beer. Into The Haze. Got my Deya glass. So let's have a see. But now, the table is basically not just a change of pace. It's in case I'm going to do some beer taste tests and things like that, which I'm planning on doing on the channel. It's good to have a table to have them all on, so that we can see them. It also gives you a better view of the beer, a better view of the glass. So let's stop waffling. Let's crack it open. So it doesn't say what hops are in it, because in the core range it doesn't tend to. Anything that's not core range, it tends to tell you what hops are in it. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's about whether I like it or not. Can always look at what hops are in it later. So let's give this a pour. Now it's pouring a kind of quite hazy yellow colour. I have had this before and I remember really liking it, but I've not really reviewed it properly. So let's have a see what the nose is giving us. Oh yeah, so already straight away you're hit with a bit of dankness. Pithy, stone fruit. Oh, the first time I had this, I remember being bowled over by how much hops was in it. Let's have a little. Oh yeah. So what are we getting? We're getting stone fruit. We're getting citrusy. We're getting peach. We're getting pineapple, grapefruit. A little bit sudsy. A little bit creamy. A little bit oaty. Smelling good. Smelling very good, I must say. Oh, I cannot wait to get into this and taste it. But I'm just going to smell it a little bit longer. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush these things. I just want to wait till the moment is right to go in for the taste. So yeah, Deya, I've loved the brewery Deya for quite a while now. The first time I had a Deya, it absolutely knocked my socks off. I'd never tasted anything like it. Just the amount of hops that was in it. But yeah, this is absolutely smelling delightful, and I am going to go in now to this ultra fresh Deya. Cheers. Oh, and I'm getting the taste there that I haven't tasted for a long time. I think you only get it. It's a little bit slightly earthy note there, but in a good way, not in a bad way, which you only really get when it's really, really, really fresh. Beautiful. That I got that when I first tried this, the very first time I did it, and it must have been because it must have been a really fresh one as well. We're getting a bit of earthiness. We're getting a bit of, I'd say, a bit of orange, a bit of grapefruit. It's a bit bitter on the aftertaste. It's lovely and smooth, lovely and creamy. It's tasting really excellent. Let's get a bit more in there. Yeah, it's just really creamy, and it's just really, it's quite dank. We're getting really smooth, creamy oatiness there. I say we're getting some floral notes really from the hops. I wouldn't say it's ridiculously fruity. It's quite floral. creamy. And loads of hops in there. It's really quite a thick mouthfeel to it. It's really good. It's really good, really standard, pale. It's not particularly sweet. It's not particularly fruity. It's just got a lot of those kind of like hoppy characters to it. And it's a slightly more savoury mouthfeel, I think. Really, those. Let's just finish up the pour there. Great thing about Deya is you get your 500ml cans, so that means you can do a few top ups there. But yeah, that's really good. That's a really good beer, that. It's got some really good flavours to it. It's got a really good taste to it. It's got a nice full mouthfeel. And you can really taste those hops in there. Okay, not just like the fruity characteristic that goes with the hop as well. You're also getting those kind of earthy notes to it. Slightly rustic tastes to it, but in a good way. You know, you want a bit of rusticness, I think, in your beers, especially when they're pretty fresh like this one is. Went straight from the Deya cold store to an air-conditioned car to my fridge, and I'm drinking it 2 days after it was, well, canned, essentially. So that is absolutely amazing. And it tastes great. So, let's give it a rating. So the rating is, well, let's see, quality. So quality, it's a really good beer. You have to excuse that. So, yeah, it's a really good beer. I'm going to put it up there. I'm thinking I'm going to reserve the S tier a bit. It's not quite up there in the S, only because I know that Deya have done even better ones than this, and I'm going to quite possibly review another Deya one, which probably will get into the S tier. Don't know yet, don't know what it is, but I know they do better beers than this one, but this is really good. It is a solid A+ though, so A+ for quality there. Value, this can was $5.50 from the brewery, which is, again, a can $5.50 for a beer this quality. I'm going to have to give that one an A for value. So an A for value, A+ for quality. It's up there. It's not quite top tier, but it's really up there. It's a cracking beer. Deya Into The Haze. I say, if you've got $5.50 to spare, I would go for this one over a lot of the others. I say I love the beers that Deya do. Massive fan. I mean, the Steady Rolling Man is a standard. Might do a review of that. The Glue is brilliant. One of my favourite beers ever. And they do some amazing double IPAs. So, Into The Haze IPA, Deya. That's all there is to say for it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Quick burp. Have a good one.